Oh, there are so many yummy vegetarian options out there. You could try like lentil soup, veggie burgers, tofu stir fry. The possibilities are endless. So, if you use your own car for work, you could be sitting on an absolute goldmine of tax deductions. But here's the thing. The Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA, they want proof. And just guesstimating, that's not going to cut it. In this explainer, we are breaking down exactly how to create a mileage log that the CRA will love, so you can claim every single dollar you are owed. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at the high cost of just guessing. Then we'll get into building your very own audit-proof logbook. After that, we'll explore the two official paths the CRA gives you, the detailed method and the simplified shortcut. And we'll wrap it all up with the one key takeaway you really can't afford to ignore. Okay, let's dive right in. Let's talk about the risks, because this isn't just about missing out on a few bucks here and there. Getting your vehicle expense claims wrong can have some pretty serious financial consequences. You know, claiming vehicle expenses is a fantastic perk, whether you're self-employed or an employee. But if the CRA decides to take a closer look and your records are kind of flimsy, you risk losing thousands of dollars in deductions you were counting on. And believe me, this isn't just some scare tactic. It's real. In a court case, Diaz versus the Queen, a taxpayer's auto claim got slashed by a staggering 72%. And the reason? It was simple. He just didn't have the proper mileage logs. The court said his method was basically just a guess. You know, the CRA uses that word meticulous for a reason. They're not kidding around. They expect precision. Even if you have the best intentions, a guesstimate can lead to a really costly reassessment and a surprise tax bill nobody wants. It all comes down to having undeniable proof. So, how do you do it? How do you build that fortress around your deductions and make your claim so solid that it's just undeniable to the CRA? Well, the best part is, we don't even have to guess what they want. They tell us. Right here, this quote is straight from the CRA. An accurate logbook kept for the whole year is your single best piece of evidence. That's your golden ticket. So let's break down meticulous into 7 real actionable steps. You've got the basics, right? Date, destination, purpose, kilometers for every trip. But don't forget the other stuff. You need your odometer readings at the start and end of the year to frame everything. You need to keep all your receipts, fuel, insurance, you name it. And here's a big one people miss. If you use 2 cars for business, they each need their own separate logbook. Now, the CRA actually gives you 2 ways to get this done. 2 paths to compliance. You've got the detailed method, which is kind of the gold standard, and then you have the time-saving simplified method. Each one has its pros and cons, so let's figure out which one is the right fit for you. Let's start with the most straightforward, absolutely bulletproof approach, the detailed full-year logbook. If you want maximum peace of mind, this is definitely the way to go. Okay, take a look at this. This is exactly what a perfect log entry looks like. See how every single column is filled out with specific verifiable info? The date, the destination, a clear purpose. And here's the crucial part. You have to log both your business and your personal trips. Why? Because that's the only way to accurately figure out your total business use percentage at the end of the year. And the good news is, you don't need some super fancy, expensive software to do this. I mean, you can use a simple spreadsheet just like this one, a dedicated notebook you keep in your glove box, or a tracking app on your phone. The tool itself doesn't matter nearly as much as just being consistent and capturing the data for every single trip. Now, this is where a lot of people leave money on the table. You gotta expand your idea of what a business trip is. It's not just driving to see clients. All those little errands, popping over to the bank, the post office, grabbing office supplies, they all count. Every kilometer adds up, so please, don't miss out on these. Okay, listen up, because this is probably the #1 mistake people make, and the CRA is crystal clear about this. Your daily drive from your house to your main office, that's a personal commute. It is not deductible, period. End of story. All right, now for the other option. If your driving patterns are pretty consistent year after year, the simplified method could save you a whole lot of time, but it does require some work up front. But hold on, you can't just jump into this shortcut. You kind of have to earn it. The CRA has 3 conditions, and they're not optional. First, you must have 1 full, detailed 12-month logbook done. That becomes your base year. And after that, your driving habits need to stay pretty much the same. I know. You see a formula and your eyes might glaze over. But don't worry, the logic here is actually really simple. What you're doing is taking a short, 3-month sample from this year, and you're comparing it to the exact same 3 months from your detailed base year. That comparison lets you project a reliable business use percentage for the entire year without logging every single trip. Pretty neat, right? And to make this absolutely crystal clear, we're not just going to make up some numbers. Let's walk through the CRA's own official examples, step by step, to see exactly how this thing works in the real world. Okay, let's follow the numbers. In your full base year, your total business use was 49%. Now, just looking at the 3-month sample period of that base year, it was 46%. This year, for those same 3 months, your business driving was up a bit to 51%. You just plug those numbers into the formula and bam, it calculates a projected annual business use of 54% for this year. And here's the last, most crucial check. That final number, the 54%, it has to be within 10 percentage points of your base year's 49%. So in this case, the result needs to land somewhere between 39% and 59%. Since 54 is right in that zone, it passes the test. The CRA would accept this claim for the whole year. Whew, okay, we've covered the risks, the rules, and the 2 official methods. Let's bring it all home and boil this down to the single most important thing you need to remember. This is another gem straight from the CRA. What they're basically saying is, yeah, we get it, you probably have vehicle expenses, but the more you claim, the better your proof needs to be. And like we've seen, there is absolutely nothing better than a complete and accurate logbook. So at the end of the day, the choice is yours. You can go with the detailed method for maximum security year in and year out. Or you can put in the work for 1 year and then enjoy the convenience of the simplified method. But no matter which path you choose, the decision to start and maintain a proper logbook is truly the single best investment you can make to protect your hard-earned deductions.